Greetings, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Breezy Chatter. Today, I'm going to be talking about the bold and the beautiful. It looks like things are starting to heat up. So, I've been a long time fan of the bold and the beautiful. I've watched it as a child, and here I am, a full grown adult, still watching. And it looks like lately the writers have been creating all sorts of triangles, if you get what I mean. They've been creating scenarios where we don't know what's going to happen. First, I want to talk about Paris. It looked like Paris and Finn were connecting on a I don't know if I even want to say on a spiritual level, but they were connecting because she sort of understood his pain because he's finally connected with his mom, his birth mother, and it comes to find out that she is Sheila Carter. Of all the people, it's Sheila Carter, the arch enemy of the Foresters. And Paris can sort of relate to that because her father, Dr. Buckingham, did some shady things to the Forrester clan. So they were sort of bonding, and it looked like, oh boy, Steffi's, she better pay attention because if she keeps pressing and making Finn feel uncomfortable about the fact that his mother is this evil person, he may turn to someone else. And it just looked like that someone else was going to be Paris. But hold up, wait a minute. The writers sort of switched it up on us because now we have scenes where Finn and Hope are hanging out, and he's sort of talking about his situation with his mom and his wife. And Hope can sort of relate as well because she's another one who has a wayward parent, Deacon Sharp. So, she's sort of being that shoulder that he could cry on, I guess, or the ear that she's lending her ear to him, and he's appreciative of it, and she's sort of encouraging him. She said something very interesting. Family comes first. And she looked at him and she's sort of telling him, I can understand why you want to connect with your mom, even though she is the evil, Sheila Carter. So that means we've got a possible hookup between Paris and Finn and a possible hookup between Hope and Finn. Meanwhile, he's married to Steffi? Big question mark, because did they go down to the justice of the peace? Did they file the paperwork? Actually, they got married. All right, they got married in the house. But did they file the papers? I don't know. So at this point, they may just be married in name only, but not legitimately, legally married. And with that said, Finn has Hope and Paris sort of keeping secrets for him. So this is just a bad look, and not for nothing. I am a team, I used to be Team Steam, but now I am a full-on Steffi fan, even though sometimes she does get on my nerves. I am a big fan of Steffi Forrester. And, I was so grateful when they found Finn and they put him in the story, gave him a storyline and gave her a lifeline, something other than just pining away for Liam because, he's just the king of the Waffle House and nobody has time for that. So I was so glad to see Finn in the picture and being a decent guy, not a devious guy, which I thought was great. But just to know that he's keeping secrets, that's never good for a relationship. And he's keeping secrets with Hope and Paris. So, I don't know. But I think the writers are making things interesting with those situations. And then we have Paris and Zenday. I think Paris likes Zenday. She thinks he's a cool guy. But I think if she had to choose between Zenday and Finn, she'd choose Finn. We already know, we've seen her lusting after him. And now we've got Thomas looking at Paris with a whole new set of eyes. He's really taken by her and her talents, and she's sort of like his muse. So I don't know where this is going to go, but everybody's got their eye on Paris. And Paris is just enjoying the ride. And, I like Thomas. I like his character because even though the writers made him this raving lunatic for a while, I never really bought into it because we know for most of the history of the Bold and the Beautiful, Thomas has never done anything as crazy as what they were doing, what the writers had him doing, and it was just like, oh, come on, Thomas of all the people, come on. It was just annoying me. It was annoying me because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Thomas Forrester and all the different Thomas Forresters that came into the fold. I really liked. I think his name was Fode. I really liked him. He was great in that role. But the new guy here, well, he's not new anymore. He's been playing Thomas for well over a year now. He's been pretty solid and decent. And he looks great with the facial hair and the man bun. And I'm really feeling Thomas. And I hope that they can give him a strong woman or a decent woman on top of that, pair him up with somebody that's decent and attractive and not Hope. I don't want him with Hope. And for some reason, I don't like the idea of Thomas in Paris because she's already dealing with Zenday and she's kind of eyeing Finn. So it's not going to work out. I don't think she sees Thomas that way, although I will say that they did have a moment while they were talking. They sort of like were looking into each other's eyes, and I think they sort of felt something there. But, Paris is kind of flighty to me at this point. So I'm really not feeling the idea of Thomas in Paris. If it works, okay, but I would rather they find something new, someone fresh, someone new, someone decent. Don't bring a trashy woman onto the show to give him a bad relationship. It would be nice if for a change he had a good relationship with a woman that actually is interested in him. So now we've got some other players here. Let's talk about Quinn. We've got Quinn, who's married to Eric, but sleeping with Carter because Eric has erectile dysfunction. And now they've brought Deacon back into the picture. And Deacon and Quinn have a very long history. They were together for quite a while. And then, they've had this love-hate relationship going on. So I just wonder what his arrival, what kind of drama that's going to bring into Quinn's life, if anything. This is very interesting. The writers, I for once, I don't know where they're going, and I like that. Sometimes you hate to watch a program and you're like, oh, I know where they're going with this. But no, because I was so sure they were going to create a scenario where Paris and Finn kissed or did something because they're already like keeping these secrets. But no, now we've got Thomas on deck, and now we've got Finn and Hope having their little side conversations. So it just seems like it's getting really good. The two clueless people right now are Steffi, because she's clueless to how her husband is feeling. I don't know if it's more that she's clueless or that she just doesn't care. But either way, she better pay attention to what Finn is doing, because if she blinks too many times or if she ignores him and how he's feeling too many times, he may wind up with somebody else. And then Liam is the other clueless person, because he's really clueless to how Hope feels, or actually really just not caring. He tries to pretend to be someone who's understanding, but he's also talking to Hope like she doesn't know how to handle herself. He's trying to talk her out of continuing a relationship or seeking a relationship with her father, who's Deacon, and everybody knows Deacon, he's done a lot of dirt. He's done a lot of dirt on these soap opera streets. So, it's tough. It's kind of tough for Hope because she kind of knew that her family was going to be against it, but it's something that she wants. And Liam is, just sort of trying to discourage her. And, I don't know. I think it's going to backfire. I think Liam and Steffi need to be a little more understanding of how their significant others are feeling about their bloodline, about their parents, whether they are, deemed worthy or deemed unworthy. Sheila is still Finn's mom, and Deacon is still Hope's father, at the end of the day. And actually, their kids, they want to keep their kids away from Sheila. Steffi wants to keep her kids away from Sheila, and Hope wants to keep, her child away. Well, not Hope, but Liam wants to keep his child away from Deacon. And I just feel like, those are still their grandparents at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. And, these soap operas, who knows? Somewhere down the line, they may create some scenario where the kids are needing a blood transfusion or needing some sort of organ or something. They may need an organ from one of these wayward grandparents. So I don't know. It's just interesting. We'll see where the storyline goes, but I'm really enjoying, watching right now because I'm just curious about where the writers are going to take these people because they seem to be all over the place right now. And you know what I was thinking? It would be really cool if they let Dr. Buckingham out of jail. So now we'd have all the wayward parents out and they should all get together and do Operation Kidnap the Kids. No, I'm just kidding. That would be horrible. But, I just have, thoughts in my mind as I watch, and I'm like, watch, Sheila, she's not going to quit until she gets to hold Hayes. She may kidnap him. Deacon, I don't know. I don't see Deacon kidnapping his grandchild at all. I don't see him doing that. And although right now he seems a little depressed, he's homeless. He's fresh out of jail. He's homeless. He's broke. He thought maybe his daughter was sending him a lifeline, but he's realizing that, the impression of the rest of the family trumps, how she feels about him, how Hope may be feeling about him. So right now he has nothing. So he is sort of joined forces with Sheila, but I think it's really for his own survival right now, just so that he can have a roof over his head. Sheila to me is far more sinister than Deacon. And I don't see him, I see Deacon playing along a little bit, but I don't see him going all the way with whatever plan Sheila may be trying to cook up. I just don't see him getting in bed with her, full on. He might entertain her a little bit, but then I could see him backing out of it. So it's looking really interesting. I'm really looking forward to the coming days and the coming weeks because I really want to know, where is this all leading? Now, some unlikely couples. Now that Deacon is back on the scene, do you think Deacon and Brooke might have something? I don't know. You never know. Brooke, she's not loyal. It would be interesting. And then Deacon and Quinn, like I said earlier. Deacon and Shauna, maybe not. And then how about Sheila and Deacon? Ding, 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 ding. Deacon and Sheila in the bed. That would be something to see. All right, guys. Before I go, I just want to post a missing persons bulletin. Has anyone seen Wyatt Spencer? Oh, I wonder what the writers have in store for him because we have not seen him in quite a while. Well, that was fun. Looking forward to meeting up again, maybe same time next week. This is my first video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. And if you'd like, you can subscribe or listen to me maybe a little bit more and see if, this is the kind of channel you want to subscribe to. But I love Bold and the Beautiful. I will be talking about other programming that are sort of relationship themed But I'll always come back to my Bold and the Beautiful. And I will be back probably either this weekend or next week to talk about some of the other events, the events as they unfold. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and ta-ta.